Hey, Woodside family, Pastor Chris here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. It is hard to believe, but we have arrived at the last month of 2020, a year that most of us thought would never end. But let me tell you that 2021 will be here before you know it. You know, it's this time of year for our church family where we get a chance to celebrate all the amazing things that God has done, especially in a year like this. There's been a lot of challenges, but there's also been a ton of God at work stories in my life, I'm sure in yours, and certainly in our church family. This is also a time of anticipation where we look forward with faith, believing that the best is yet to come. I'm so excited that over the next 4 weeks, you're going to get a chance to hear some of these God at work stories from members of our own church family. But as for today, I want you to hear some of the voices who are just as passionate as I am about our commitment as a church and what God has for our future.
In the wake of a difficult year, our church has been called not to simply survive, but to thrive, to move forward in bold faith. Over the next several weeks, we'll hear the vision that all of our pastoral team and elder board believe God has in store for our church family. As we pose the question, what do people need most?
As we seek to answer that important question, 3 priorities surface as absolutely foundational to who we are at Woodside: worship gatherings, life groups, and serving.
People need to worship, to experience gospel-centered and culturally relevant worship gatherings offered both in person and online. Worship gatherings are central to the way we experience God's presence and power as together we learn and grow in His Word.
People need one another, a safe space to build meaningful and lasting relationships, go deeper in intimacy with God, and join hands in engaging our neighbors and networks. We envision a Woodside where people flourish in Christian community through life groups.
People need hope. From our neighborhoods to the ends of the earth, people need generosity, kindness, and compassionate justice. And above all, they desperately need Jesus. When we sacrificially serve others, we radiate the hope and message of the light of the world.
Church family, when we gather and worship, go deep in life groups, and serve others locally and globally, our lives, our world, can never be the same. Join us on this journey as we explore how God will use you and me to change the world one disciple at a time.
What a blessing it is, Woodside, to hear from some of our family members about their passion around our commitments as a church to be able to glorify God by making disciples. This is what we've always been about, and this is what drives us every day. You know, there are 2 ways that people connect with our church family. One way is through our in-person gatherings. The other is through our digital platforms and our online worship services. But whether someone connects with us by walking in the doors of our church or through one of our digital resources, our aim is the same, and that is to connect them to spiritual family and community. We do this through our life groups and by mobilizing people to serve the world on Christ's behalf. All of this is made possible through your generosity to what God is doing at our church. As we close this year, I want you to join us in supporting our year-end Christmas giving campaign. Now, this year, we're seeking to raise $1.5 million towards Future Vision. This is over and above our regular giving. I want you to pray about this because this is so critical for us to strengthen our campuses, expand our digital outreach, and support our global partners. You can find out more through the handout you received if you're at one of our in-person gatherings, or if you're watching this online, just go to our website and you'll find all the details there. I want to invite you to join us as we push forward into the future. We are a church that's driven by John 14:6, which proclaims that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. It's our passion to introduce people to Jesus as the way, the only way to salvation, His teaching as the only grounding for truth, and to invite them to experience new life in Christ. So let's look forward to the future. I'm so excited about what God has in store, and I believe that the best is yet to come.